Hi everybody, it's me Legardo Laxon, also known as Chino and Artie. I'm here going to be talking about a review and infos about Creative Edge software, also known now these days as Creative Edge Studio. I actually worked on the video game Bikini Karate Babes, and it was a cool experience working with them, I was working via 56K modem, working with Photoshop, and the format they were sending it to me was an Amiga format. And I got the whole franchise, the whole release of it. The final copy, look at this, Bikini Karate Babes Gold and Bikini Karate Babes Raw, bigger and better. The backups that I have, the shirt, the cheat CD, and the playing cards if you're really into that stuff like Magic or whatever. And I gotta say, I worked on like a few characters in the game. Well, my concentration was Khalida. That's the character that I really worked on. But everybody else, I did some side graphic art work just to so we can finish the process of making the game. I started working for Creative Edge in the year 2000, and they released the game in 2002. Now they actually made a sequel, and this is it. They made Warriors of Elysia. It took me a while to finally make a review of this game. It's because I finally bought the copy. Because I didn't buy it because I was not part of this game. I never worked on this one. I worked on the first game. Gotta love my Pepsi. Alright, as you can see, the control layout is still the same. Okay, we have returning cast Tian Wu. Well, that's her, and Aphrodite. These are name of female goddess, but now, as it shows a loading screen, it shows their, glamour shot. And then, I gotta say, this part of the game look a little too cheap. This is the beautiful part. Wow, the graphics is high def. But when I see this part, it looks like they gotta update their DV camera. It looks like they were still using VHS. But when it comes to this gameplay, now it looks just like how it was in BKB. The controls is still identical. But it's very responsive. It's just you have to wait until they finish the move. The soundtrack is great on the sequel. I don't recommend the jumping because it's just like Virtua Fighter. Now, games like this that's 3D, okay, I gotta say, you know what? There's a game there called War Gods. At least this is the game that achieved it. I mean, look at this. This is War Gods, and now they made this game, which is real digitized graphics, people in it, and you're in a 3D environment. Now, let me explain about this game. That game is amazing how it's done, and I was not surprised how that game was made because there was a game just like that before with the same company. It's just they never released it. Coming soon. I mean, so far we've been waiting for this game for a long time. Who actually is into games like this? The Untouchables, Eternal Domination. Originally it was just called The Untouchables 2. Now this game, it stars Larry Lamb and Cynthia Rothrock. Cynthia Rothrock is amazing. Okay, Larry Lamb. If you never heard of him, he was from WMAC Masters, Romeo Must Die, Josie and the Pussycats, Blade 3, The Trinity. I mean, he's in Art of War. I remember him when he fought Wesley Snipes again in that movie. And then, I gotta say, this game was... I had early footage of this game, and it never seen a light of day. I don't know where I put it. I gotta look to one of my CDs. Travis, the producer, sent it to me saying they're working on a sequel. And so far, John Valera still is in the game. But this time he's not the Untouchable. Larry Lamb is. And I saw the characters. It's very colorful. And it has a lot of returning cast. The reason why I like the Untouchable, the first game, of course, John Valera is Filipino. This is the first time I ever seen Filipinos in a game, I mean, it's really Filipino Americans as well. But the thing about it is that they never released part 2. And when they made The Untouchable Part 1, they used the same game engine to make Bikini Karate Babes Part 1. That's how I was able to work on that game. Then they used the same game style gameplay on The Untouchables 2 on Warriors of Elysia. The difference with Warriors of Elysia is that it's pure 3D in the background, and they have the video footage, angled up like how I have this done. This is a CGI footage with me doing a roundhouse. This is before we did it in a parking lot. Then after, now I'm in a 3D shot right there, and a little bit of matrix move there. So, just explaining more about it is that the early shots of the Untouchables 2, it looks kind of weird. It looks like a little more virtual fighter with 3D backgrounds, but it was more video format than actual gameplay. So that's what it's hard to explain. But Creative Edge Studio is still trying to figure out how to release this game more on mobile devices. I mean, they're going to release it on the iPad. I mean, they have their prototypes working on it so far. The Untouchables 2, they've been promoting it for a while, never been released. And also, let me think. And also, I'm going to actually, in my future videos, I'm going to be uploading rare outtakes and development video. I mean, how they developed this game. I mean, it's digitized graphics. I already had uploaded some of it, but all of the video form, I have it all in the VHS. I thank you, Travis, for giving me the VHS and plus the lobby card you gave me. Yeah, because I was a big fan, and all I know is that when Travis, the producer of the game, said, "Hey, you know how to use Photoshop?" I'm like, "Yes, I do," and I actually have Photoshop. And, you know, because Photoshop is really an expensive program. So, he hired me, and we were just sending it via email on a 56K modem. So, they're actually making Bikini Karate Babes Part 3 now. And so far, to people wondering, did you really work on that game? I'm like, yeah, I'm in Moby Games. Moby Games is actually an IMBD for what do you call it? You know, video games. Now, in IMBD, they only talk about the cast, but in this one, it shows cast and developers. But from what I post now, I post in Facebook, they're making a sequel. The third one. I actually work personally with her character, Khalida. She is a very, very muscular woman, and you know, still has that feminine build. And for her age, you can tell she's already around her 50s that time. And you can tell she's physically healthy. And these are more characters. So if the third game comes out, of course, you know, Travis will credit me for my works of her, because I worked on her character more. And some of the works with her character right there. So I remember it was all in them in green screen, and my job is to clean it up more, to remove. Because if they punch like this, it's good. Now, if they're doing a slap, it's costing me a lot of time to go from from every finger. That's why, I don't know. And, yeah, that's all I can say so far. I mean, Travis, keep up the great work. Shout outs to you. I mean, you're a great producer. You know what you're doing. I know you're on vacation or something like right now. But, so far, out of all these digitized graphic gaming, the newest games that's out like this was just, all I know was Street Fury X, and I can't really take those characters seriously. Now, for a game like this, of course, you can't take it seriously. It's a game for you to just laugh, enjoy it. I mean, if women actually enjoy playing this game, I'll tell you that. They were like, "Oh, can I play this?" And they can't stop laughing. But it's not to like to insult women or nothing like that. This game is just for fun, spoofing and this and stuff. The first game had a lot of it's all about their top, but now the second game, I don't think there was much more sexual stuff that happens, because it's a tease. That's all it is, just a pure tease that broke the boundaries of Dead or Alive. You know, the Dead or Alive DOA series games. So Creative Edge Studios have worked on I remember the first game that I ever heard that they released was in an Atari and PC game called Baldies. But I don't know if that's the same studio. But I really thank you guys for watching, and my experience working with Creative Edge was amazing. Hey, Travis, if you need me again as a graphic artist, look, you know what? I got this all set up. This is a 5-monitor setup, so yeah, there's 5 monitors. I have 2 off right now, so thank you guys for watching.